People in Japan are calling out the Trash Taste podcast. You know, you got Giguk, Sea-Dog VA, and Joey the Anime Man. This controversy specifically involves Joey, the Anime Man. We'll play the clip. It's about a minute and a half long, and you can see that there's subtitles on here, Japanese subtitles, because again, this has been going around Japan. And then we'll take a look at what Japanese people are saying about it.
Like, why is like so many anime set in high school? Why is that? Like, is that a cultural thing?
Yeah, it's
like,
a cultural thing.
Why so?
It's because it's, for a lot of people, like, high school is kind of seen as like this basically like golden time.
Depressing, that, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's really fucking depressing.
It's like, for a lot of people, high school is like, you know, the whole thing of like in the West of like high school is like, you know, usually movies that are based in high school in the West are based off bad memories.
Yeah.
You know, being like, oh man, my high school fucking sucked, blah, blah, blah. There were all these shit people, the jocks, the bullies, blah, blah, blah. Right? That's the norm in the West. In Japan, it's glorified because to a lot of people, high school was a really fun time with like friends they'll never get back, and like because it's also the last years of that person being young and free.
I mean, I liked high school, but I wouldn't say Agretzko, the new season.
Oh,
was
yeah?
good. That was good. Like, very refreshing.
Yeah.
Depressing as always.
Depressing as fuck, yes.
Which is great to see because it's like one of the only anime out there that will actually like commentate on adult life in Japan and be realistic about it.
But it also says a lot when no one knows about it in Japan.
Yeah.
Is that true?
It is.
It's so Japanese, but like it's such a good take on the Japanese work
it's
life.
awesome.
How awful it is.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because like I mean, it's ironic that this is coming from the same company that, you know, made Hello Kitty.
Yeah,
right.
just to put it into perspective, like
アグレッシブレツコで
stuff, and it's a shame that it's not being Japan because I feel like it could make waves. Maybe it's too real.
I think it is. I think it's just purely the fact that, you know, a Japanese person will look at that and be like, I don't want to see this because it's just going to remind me of reality. And to a lot of Japanese people, that's not the reason why they watch anime.
Interestingly enough, Joey's answer is basically the same answer you get from Google when you type in, why is so much anime set in high school? And Google actually sources Reddit, so Reddit comments, you know, as if that's factual. It actually sources the clip that we just watched from the Trash Taste podcast and some other like YouTube stuff, Anime News Network, CBR. These are not really great resources. It's very like westernized stuff trying to answer this. And for those that don't know, by the way, Google somewhat recently signed a agreement with Reddit to use Reddit for training data for Gemini. So a lot of the time, and this is a complete side note, by the way, this is like a very important issue actually. A lot of the time when you Google something these days, it will source Reddit as if literal random people on Reddit and their random comments are factual sources of information, which they're obviously not. Now, that aside, I went to the source of this clip, and that clip's actually from a 4-year-old video that they posted, so I don't know if their opinions on this has shifted or not. Nevertheless, it's in the news again now, so let's take a look at what Japanese people are saying about that clip. This account, Masaru, going on to summarize the clip that we just watched, and, you know, they're talking about, like, why is so much anime set in high school? And the user going on to comment this. I think this is a pretty sloppy take on Japan. First off, people who still love school anime, even as adults, couldn't possibly have had, quote, fun high school days, unquote. If anything, the ones who truly enjoyed high school probably don't cling so strongly to school anime, even after growing up. Quick side note, by the way, I forgot to mention this currently has 3.6... Oh my gosh. Sorry about that. This currently has 3.6 million views on Twitter and 12,000 likes. So let's continue where we left off. In reality, plenty of people would say their school days were awful because human relationships and their range of activities were narrow with no escape. Plus, Japanese people don't just watch anime. Dramas and movies dealing with working life, poverty, family issues, crime, healthcare, and politics are normally popular too. The explanation that, quote, Japanese people escape into anime because they don't want to face dark realities, unquote, doesn't explain Japan at all. Manga's the same. Say that after watching something I wish I could read. Too many overseas anime fans talk about Japan like it's a country made solely of shonen anime. Yeah, that's a hood weeb moment right there, isn't it? That is a tourist moment right there, isn't it? And even when they sell themselves as living in Japan, they're people with hardly any connection to Japanese society, just living within the foreigner community, like the 3 people in that video. Living in Japan and understanding Japanese society are 2 different things, right? Don't go overthinking a few anime and your own experiences let you explain the values of over 100 million people. Look, the fact of the matter is there's a variety of reasons why anime is sometimes set in high school. And one thing that people haven't mentioned yet is it is a narrative device. This is not the case all the time. Like I said, it varies. But one example is it being a narrative device. And what I mean by that is having a younger character means that character doesn't have as much history. Now, of course, there's caveats to that too. You could find a young character that actually has a very complex history or a traumatic history. But there's times when a character is used, and it's specifically a young character is used rather, because they want to start with somewhat of a blank slate and tell the story from there. So that is another reason why you might see this happening on occasion. Also, the school setting is a very easy way to introduce multiple characters, obviously. So that's another reason too. My point is, like I said initially, there is a variety of explanations for this. It really depends on the nuance around the story that's being told. And in the responses, people also pointed out that anime is not the only medium that uses high school as a setting, and Western media actually does that somewhat frequently as well. So, that is, of course, also true. Legendary Drops, the man himself, also chimed in on this clip. He wrote, "I'd assumed most anime is in a high school setting because it's predominantly made for 18 and under. Like video games, while adults take part in it, the vast majority of the stuff is made for kids. I don't think it's as deep as not wanting to face, quote, Japan's dark reality, unquote." Another Japanese user would also comment on the Trash Taste clip. Let's see what this one says. "The reason there are so many school life stories in Japanese content is that it's a shared experience among Japanese people, but for Americans who face a crazy education gap and end up with totally different school lives depending on income or race, that just doesn't click. It's the sad reality of an educationally backward country that can't grasp the phenomenon of, quote, public education becoming a shared national experience, unquote." Similarly, we've got this take that says, "The reason there are so many high school settings is that high school is the last shared experience we can reasonably expect from readers, and that's the biggest factor. Quote, it's high school that's shown the brightest, unquote, is, well, not quite right, is it? If anything, for the otaku types, there are way more people who really come into their own after becoming working adults, freed from the shackles of money and obligations." I do wonder how accurate that translation was, specifically near the ending. And this explanation reading, "It's because more than half of Japan's anime industry essentially belongs to the manga industry, and the best-selling genre in the manga industry is shonen manga, right?" And lastly, this one with a variety of quotes that says, "To put it bluntly, I can write about high school without research because I experienced it and remember it, so it's easy. I can skip explanations since there are so many parts that are common knowledge. It's more fun to write about spry young people. It's because of conveniences like that on the author's side that there are so many of them. By the way, I have zero desire to go back to high school. I don't want to do boring studying." You know what? We're so close to the 8-minute mark. Let's take a look at one more response. We've got, "You don't understand a thing, do you? The vast majority of what they call anime are adaptations of manga. So where are those manga published? Most of them are in shonen manga magazines. It's something you'd figure out with a simple search. They're just ignorant, yet they're getting all drunk on their own ideas. That's all." And that's the situation. Those are the responses. Let me know what you think about the latest. Thank you for tuning in. Have a great rest of your week, and I'll see you in the next one.